Question 1. Suggest how the initial rate of a reaction could be determined.
Measure the change in concentration of substrate or product over time. Plot a graph of concentration against time. Draw a tangent at t equals O and calculate its gradient to find the initial rate.
Question 2. Explain how the nervous system affects the cardiac output.
When someone is running or exercising, the cardiac output increases. Increased respiration leads to decreased pH, which is detected by chemoreceptors. They send impulses to cardiovascular control center in the brain, which send increased impulses through sympathetic nervous system. Increased impulses reaches the SAN, which increases the heart rate.
Question 3. Explain the mechanism of action of steroid hormones in controlling gene expression.
Steroid hormone diffuse across the cell membrane into the nucleus of the cell. They bind to specific receptors in the nucleus. Hormone receptor complex binds to promoter region and acts as a transcription factor, causing the transcription of gene.
Question 4. The plasma solute concentration of the blood needs to be kept in a narrow range. Why?
To maintain osmotic balance of cells, or to maintain water content of cells, or to prevent dehydration of cells.
Question 5. Describe how small molecules are getting filtered from the blood in the glomerulus.
Ultrafiltration occurs, therefore the small molecules are forced through the pores of basement membrane because of the high pressure in the glomerulus.
Question 6. How our body responds to an increased plasma volume and a decreased solute concentration.
Decreased plasma solute concentration is detected by osmoreceptor. The increased plasma volume leads to increased pressure, which is detected by baroreceptors in the carotid artery. Pituitary gland secretes less ADH, causing decreased permeability of DCT and collecting duct. Less water reabsorption, and so more dilute urine is produced.
Question 7. Explain the role of tendon in the movement of an arm.
Tendon attaches muscles to bone. Tendon is non-elastic. When muscle contracts, bones move.
Question 8. Describe the events happen when sarcomere contracts.
Calcium ions are released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Calcium ions bind to troponin. Myosin changes shape.
Question 9. Explain how the loop of Henle acts as a countercurrent multiplier to produce concentrated urine.
Flow of filtrate in tubules happen in opposite direction. Sodium ions are actively transported out of the ascending limb. Therefore, water moves out from the descending limb and solutes from the ascending limb. It's because an increased concentration gradient between tubular fluid and interstitial space.
Question 10. Describe the role of ion transport in maintaining the resting potential of a neuron.
Active transport by sodium-potassium pump. It transports sodium ions out of the axon and potassium ions into the axon. Passive diffusion of potassium ions out of the axon, so that inside of the membrane is negatively charged than outside, and the membrane voltage stays at the same value.